This is Corey Marshall, voice of Ryo from Shenmue. I would like to ask the CFG GameCast. Would you like to play a game of Lucky Hit?
Welcome to the CFG GameCast, episode number 18, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode on Saturdays and release it on podcast services like Apple and Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, and Podbean. So show us some love and follow us on our Twitch channels to not miss an episode. You can check Smitty out right now on his channel on the stream this week on Smitty2447. You can check out the amazing Naughty Nimbus Z, who's our guest this week. At Naughty Nimbus Z, obviously. And you can also check out Mr. CFG himself and his awesome crew at CFG Games. I am Davis Green, and with me are a group of fellow gamers. This week we have a special guest, like I said. She is the owner and founder of the esports team Dynamic Focus. She is also a great Minecraft streamer. I would like to introduce Naughty Nimbus Z. How are you doing?
Hi, Caesar. Naughty Nimbus Z. I'm owner and founder of Non-Dynamic Focus. So if you follow Flexus that was here last week, I own her team, and also Gur from NRS and Sane from Soul Calibur that made 7th place in Evo for Soul Calibur. So
very nice.
I own that team.
Well, I've just always wondered, what is the just to have your own esports team, what does that involve? How is this just a headache in itself? Is it a nice adventure, or what is what's the day-to-day?
So basically it's a lot of proving yourself on a proving grounds that I have a viable team or something that you can actually market from. Doing that every single day is a headache, but knowing the people that you work with are actually valuable enough to struggle with, it's kind of worth it.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. And are you part of the scene too? Do you play a lot of fighting games as well, or do you have a favorite fighting game yourself?
I used to play a lot. I do not play enough to actually be competitive. I am an avid Guilty Gear player. My main has not been in the new Guilty Gears, unfortunately. I'm a Zappa player.
Oh yeah, I love Zappa.
I love Zappa. I am one of those people that can bring out Raho real fast. So and also I used to play Third Strike, mostly Chun-Li player. And as I said, I'm old. I'm a Alpha 2 Ken player. And
Not to go into stereotypes there with that, but black people in Ken is just like peanut butter and jelly. So just say, just saying.
I had a friend that said, you have a black household where you have one Ken player inside that household.
It is what it is. That's just what it goes, But that's awesome.
It is what it is.
Oh, but that's cool. Well, it's great to have you, Naughty Nimbus. It's awesome to have you. And with me, as always, I have the 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty in the third seat. What is up, dude?
What is going on, brother? As you guys know from last week, we started the new job this week. It was fantastic, super tired. I can't remember the last time I got up at 6:30 in the morning consistently 5 days in a row. I don't know that it's ever happened in my life. So that was a thing, but it was also nice getting out early, meeting a bunch of people that I'm not going to remember their names, a bunch of training and stuff like that. You know how it goes. I mean, again, I'm the new kid at school now. But it's fantastic. Great people, great team. I love what they're doing over there, and I'm super excited to be a part of it and help grow and see what we can do out here. So it's been fantastic, man.
Awesome, dude. Great week, dude. I know you've been saying the cool things that you're getting into. So that's freaking awesome. I like it. So that's
what?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, go ahead. I was going to say, what is going on in your world? I know that you've got Japan coming up real soon.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've decided I pointed myself out to just say I'm going to take it easy for 2 weeks, or as easy as I can for 2 weeks. And then just going to just make sure everything's organized on the trip. Make sure we got some stuff going in channels with some devs over in Japan. So I'm definitely looking forward to that once we get that going. Hopefully that'll be freaking awesome. So that's so right now I'm just taking it easy, just chilling at the house. My family's here today, so probably gonna have to cut it short after I'm done with this and spend some time with my nieces and nephews. But no, it's been going very chill. So definitely going to get that pushed up one more episode here, and then you're taking the reins for the next couple of weeks. So definitely looking forward to that. I'll also but definitely looking forward to it. But anyways, let's get down to it. Each of us picks a new topic of discussions within video games from the previous week. The topic would or could be about a specific game or something that happened in the gaming industry. And we also don't want to just talk about our own personal topics. We also want the viewers or the stream listeners watching the stream to be a part of it too. So if you have something, if you have something to chime in, Smitty down below is going to be checking it out, and if it's a really cool statement, we'll be adding it to the podcast. And you can always check it out. And on Mondays, you can also check out the podcast fully on our website, confreaksandgeeks.com, and just get it going. And the best kind of support is to just get a like, subscribe, or download from it. But anyways, let us get down to it. Aziza, since you are our nice guest this week, you got the first topic, so you can go right ahead.
Okay, so I was about to talk about Gamescom and how it's happening right now in Germany, and there's a lot of games coming out or a lot of games being discussed, and Gamescom has a kind of a lackluster lineup, and I'm not joking about that. A lot of stuff that they talked about happened already at PAX, but the biggest thing right now for me from Gamescom that's actually been announced is NVIDIA's GeForce RTX on. So the reason why I'm really excited for that is because one of the games that I play, Minecraft, I often stream that, and I'm part of a few realms, actually is going to get the RTX on right now, and you're seeing it right now. Basically, RTX on is pretty much ray lighting. So now light is going to actually radiate from its source. So all this stuff that you're seeing right now is actually from sunlight being radiated out, from light sources inside the game actually radiating light out. So it's actually beams of light coming out and reflecting on everything else, making shadows through the light being bounced around.
Wow, I mean, that just looks night and day different. Just so
night and day different. Yeah. Yes.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
Oh, it's like I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not a big Minecraft fan. Personally myself, but like, when I saw the change of just the introduction of just adding light effect to this to give that much of a difference, saying let's just add light, and then it's like, wow, this is beautiful. I mean, it's like comparatively, I mean, it's still blocky. Yeah, still looks blocky, but I mean, it's like really, really crazy. It is crazy because it's still the same blocky Minecraft. It's just that now it's the shading is different, the texturing is a little bit different, and the lighting effects now changes the way it's actually represented. Like there's a part where they actually show a diamond block, and a diamond actually is opaque, and the light actually kind of beams through it.
and also gold. It reflects light too. So it's like all these textures now are actually doing more realistic texturing and more realistic lighting.
Wow.
Like the water effects too. Like the water, you see like the light from the windows. There's the water effects right now. You see right there. Like the water's actually opaque and clear. It's totally different from what you had before. And there's 8 other games being announced for it. And I'm just looking through to see which ones they are. It's been announced exactly. Okay, it's excuse me. It's Wolfenstein, Dying Light 2, Control, Cyberpunk 99, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Bloodlines 2, Watch Dogs Legion, which I'm gonna play, and Synced Off Planet.
Oh, interesting. Well, here's the real question though. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Riggedy Rec is saying, is there a cost to it?
It's a cost. Actually, it's a build. It's not an actual patch. Well, it's a patch, not an actual like
add-on
texture pack or add-on. It's actually but the thing is that you have to have the requirements for those cards to actually do these effects. So I know that for a fact that it's the NVIDIA GeForce 2060, 2070, and 2080 series will be able to do that for sure.
Yes.
So,
cool.
Yeah.
I got
27, yes. Yeah, I had the...
I've got to say, sorry, just this is night and day as far as, and even like I'm not I've watched my nephew them play Minecraft. My daughter plays Minecraft, and I just never, you know what I mean? I'm just like, meh, you know what I mean? I don't, you know, it's just not for me. I didn't get it. This here, I would at least go back and try it out again. It feels, I mean, this looks gorgeous. This looks absolutely gorgeous, and I can't imagine what it's going to do for some of these other games that you've listed off as well. Because if it makes this look this good,
it's good, yes.
What?
It's actually kind of ridiculous.
I mean, overall though, when I'm thinking about it, I'm just like, wait a minute, like, dude, last week you were the dude that played a full-on raid with no renders and no nothing, and then now this is the deal breaker where it's like, I'm gonna go play Minecraft and the whole deal.
I got mad at you for that one. Like, I'm gonna play Anthem. Like, really?
But I've been trying to get into that for months.
I'm just like, oh, okay, cool.
I still got the rewards. I was like, I'm just gonna keep going through it.
So you're like, okay, so now graphics matter is what I'm gathering from you now. It's like, oh, okay, cool. But seriously, the way I've looked at it was
at least Legoland actually renders.
That is very true.
True.
That's very, very true. So I mean, overall, I think the game looks beautiful. Now, I was going to ask originally because you said that, but if you didn't say that it was going to be good for like the higher end of the GTX series, but I was going to say, like, would this be like a reason like in the foreseeable future for further game development, if it's a reason for us to actually splurge on the money to get an RTX series as opposed to just, you know, still, because like right now there's no reason for me to go to upgrade because I have a 2080 Ti. So I was just like I wanted to I was just wanting to have a reason to get an RTX. But like if this is the small stuff that they're doing with what the current technology has, then I mean, what's coming out?
Actually, some of the TI series will be able to render.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to double check to see if your card actually does that. So you have a 2080.
Yeah, I got 2080 Ti.
Mm-hmm. It might be able to do that.
Oh, it's like it's like 12 gigs and everything. So it's a beefy card.
So should be good. Yeah, like you might as well just like double check the standards and everything for it. Yeah. But it is coming out in a week or two. So that one is yeah. If you have the cards and everything, you definitely should look into it.
Hell yeah.
I definitely will. That's cool. That's a really cool aspect of it. I really do. I definitely like how that looks. But yeah, that's cool. Thanks for that. That's Aziza.
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know that was the thing. That was like, that's got me excited. It's like, ooh, shit. Yeah,
I know it could be
absolutely.
excited because and the game Watch Dogs Legion. Like I definitely want to play that, and I'm like definitely gonna play that on a PC just for the lighting effects.
Right.
My friends are telling me that I should.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, my friends are telling me I should actually give Watch Dogs another chance. But like, man, I stopped after that whole BS that happened a long time ago with the first Watch Dogs, and it's hard for me when the game burns me. It's hard for me to come back. It's really hard for me to come back. To
because Watch Dogs Legion is actually a different kind of game whatsoever, since it's open world and you're just no main character anymore. So, and every single person that is recruitable has a backstory. So yeah, I would definitely jump into Watch Dogs Legion for that one.
Okay, well, definitely might give it a try in the near future there. All right, cool. So let's just go on, and we'll go with my topic now. With the nice reggaeton beat. This is very nice. But
I complained so many times about that.
It's just like I'm just thinking let's talk about we might just like go the way it goes. But okay, so my topic is about Respawn, about Apex Legends. Now I'm actually surprised because I usually don't would post any time for BR Battle Royale stuff, since I don't usually play Battle Royale. But not saying it's bad, just not my thing. But Respawn Entertainment, Respawn CEO apologizes for Apex Legends Reddit fiasco. So this happened on a lot of different outlets. They posted on this, and then I'm going to get back to that because it kind of, the way that these posts happen kind of pisses me off. But basically what happened was that Apex Legends last week just released a new season of their game for Apex Legends. So they're at season 3, I believe, season 2 or season 3. And they also introduced a new set of microtransactions. So the microtransactions that were introduced to get the full pricing of that was going to cost about $150 to $160. So when that happened, people were upset, as well as they should, because it's like, why would you buy a brand new a free to play game, and then all of a sudden you're getting a tagline of saying $160 to get everything that you want for that season. So obviously some people said, oh, that's going to change immediately, because people make mistakes. So to rectify this, the community manager of Apex Legends posted an open Reddit on Friday to talk to the community about the issue here. Obviously, because of that, some people were basically trolling, and then also was kind of heckling the reason of what was going on. So this clash caused the statements to kind of get a little bit blown over. So basically, in the Forbes article, it says that led to a clash between developers and gamers on the Apex Legends subreddit. Two developers angered by the level of ire and abuse they were receiving from Apex Legends fans hit back by hitting him, calling gamers asshats, dicks, and freeloaders. So because so when they said that, they were people were on them, because it's I can't believe you called the gamers asshats or dicks or freeloaders. This sounds bad, and I definitely understand where it goes. So, and obviously, the CEO apologized for it, as well as he kind of should apologize for what was going on, because there's a little bit of a weird kind of middle ground here. First off, Respawn should definitely apologize for not letting the players know and letting the community know what was happening, because when all this happened, it just kind of happened in a less than a week's time. No one knew that there was a new season that was coming out towards this thing. No one knew there was going to be some new stuff that was going to be happening. So when it happened, it just happened, and that's on Respawn on that fact. So the communication was kind of broken there. Respawn openly rightfully apologized for that. As for apologizing for the developers, I personally wouldn't apologize towards what they were saying, because so like when I saw this initially, I was like, wow, that sounds pretty bad. But not a lot of people, not saying that everyone would do this, but like I know clickbait when I see it. So I was like, let me go check the Reddit to see how bad it really was. So I looked into it, and then I looked into the Reddit post itself, and the way that they structured it, the way that they say it isn't a way that you should be angry that he's calling all gamers are asshats, dicks, or in all of this, or freeloaders. The way that they said it, for instance, I think it was I'm trying to get up to it. Oh yeah, he's like, says, I've been in the industry long enough to remember when players weren't complete asshats to developers, and it was pretty neat. I forged a bunch of long-lasting relationships with from them back then. That is a quote from Reddit's page itself. That's essentially saying he doesn't like it when he feels like the people are being dicks to the developers directly, and it was pretty neat. As for the freeloader statement, they were saying he was basically saying that most of the community, the Apex community are a bunch of freeloaders, which is exactly what they were wanting it to be, because they were saying the microtransactions group is so small that they shouldn't make a meaning. Like so basically he was saying the people who aren't paying money for the free for microtransactions is what they want. They're perfectly fine with it. They're just talking about the people that like to spend money. So my conversation is that, like, it feels that when you hear stuff like this constantly, you hear the bad and the negativity of these parts, and when you're saying what they're apologizing for. But can you really blame developers nowadays? Is where I'm coming at, because like, you get a massive amount of hate mail. You get a massive amount of trolling and stuff. And then at the same time, those people will shoot the bullet, and then they'll run away. And then they won't reply back. They don't want a simple conversation of what they're quote unquote pointing out. But instead, they just want to throw the bullet out there. And then when they do respond, the people that are going to be affected by it are the people that are actually truly listening. So, like, I mean, but do you kind of the level of frustration? I personally feel like I feel sorry for the developers to deal with this time in, time out. It's like they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. I mean, what do y'all think?
Go ahead, Nimbus.
I actually didn't have it. Like, my mouth is open.
All right, let me. All right, so. And I totally agree with you, and it's quick and easy, and trust me, I have been on that bandwagon where I'm like, F them, this and that. Rightfully so, though. Again, I was a main Destiny player, so Bungie played with our hearts and our wallets plenty. You know what I mean? My thing, though, and I see what I see what their point is, though. It's like, again, these are just luxury items. These aren't anything that are gonna make you better. It's not any kind of, you're not getting any kind of advantage having this stuff. So them saying, hey man, this is for anybody that's got some extra ducats. If you want some fancy cool cosmetics, here you go. You know what I mean? So like, again, I understand that, but at the same time, just being, and especially if that's a game that you enjoy playing, that you really want to play, you want to grind, at least give me the option to be able to, a fair option to be able to then grind and be able to get that as well. You know what I mean? I feel like it then becomes, and this is where they kind of feel betrayed. You know what I mean? That it's like, hey man, like, I'm putting all these hours in and stuff. I would like to be able to at least have the chance to get these great new cosmetics. Don't just put it behind a paywall.
Well, they did. I mean, they didn't just put it behind the paywall. Yeah. They didn't. I'm just saying that the point of it was that basically they fixed it. They didn't. They removed all that immediately because that's just bad publicity. But I'm just saying, like, to a level of like I guess to a level of the developer side, to a point of the developer side, to lash out because of the frustrations of people constantly kind of giving them the thing to at the end an article saying, oh, this person's called the community asshats, dicks, and freeloaders. I mean, like, why, like, that doesn't make it sound like you care about your community, but when in reality, it's not like that. It's vice versa. It's more like the way it's phrased, it's making it look like they're at a negativity, which it shouldn't, where it shouldn't be, is what I'm talking about. Because like I said, they fixed it immediately after they saw like, oh wow, this is a giant paywall. Well, this is for everything first off. But then, but I think I'm not really 100%, but correct me if I'm wrong. But I think that you do have a chance to get the goods, that you're wanting for free through whatever their looting system is, I believe. But it's but if you just wanted to say, if you just want to say, I don't want to do that, I just want to buy it all up front. $160. It's ridiculous. It was a ridiculous price. So I don't know.
That is.
Yeah,
and I was actually I was. Go ahead.
It depends on what they're actually selling, and I wouldn't know for a fact what it is and what type of grind it would be for a regular player to actually obtain it. So I can't like that $160 price tag. I wouldn't be able to explain it. I know it's egregious, but the thing is that what's the grind? Is the grind egregious itself? So,
well, like, no, maybe what I figure is that it was an accumulated value for everything. Like when it's all said and done, no discounts or anything like that, and it was like, okay, flat fee, $160. Then they immediately said that was immediately shut down 2 days later, and then it was revalued or something like that. I don't know what it is now. Maybe if there's anyone that plays Apex inside the chat can let me know. But like but for the most part, I just think I just kind of feel like they did, like, I think in this example they did what was right, like, which was basically listen to the community immediately. This wasn't even like a week or 2 weeks time. They immediately fixed whatever was wrong with it. Then they got backlash towards it. Then they got agitated by it, and then they were saying this, and then it was more worse press when the CEO forced apologize towards it. So it's kind of like a weird system of what was what the heck was going on, you know? I mean, like, okay, right.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where like, why was this happening? But no one can actually explain too well because it was so much happening at the same time that no one could deny. I understand. Like, I'm playing a free game. I put many hours in it, and then to get everything I want is $160. What happened if like I achieved everything but one thing, and I wanted to pay for that one thing? Like, can you give me that option?
Like I said,
that's probably what the problem was.
Yeah, I honestly don't know, but like, I kind of feel like I kind of have a fair, like I said, I think it's kind of like it's kind of like the level of the fair shake with devs getting mad at the one person that may have just said this, and this, and then they were like, oh, hey, this is the way they phrased it was not the best at best, but I don't think that they were in the intent of insulting their whole community about it, about it itself. So that's where it comes to. Because I mean, like I said, when it comes to cosmetics and stuff, man, I'm not like, it's hard for me to get season passes. So I can't even imagine with just like if I want to spend money for cosmetics, you know. So like I don't know. I mean, do you have anything? Were you gonna say something, Smitty? Sorry.
Yeah, I was just asking Padaraki here in the Twitch chat if he knew. Padaraki said that you just do the challenges. There's one do like 25k damage and gives you one pack from the new cosmetics. So I guess I don't know, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. Is it like guaranteed that you get this stuff, or is it still a gamble, like a loot box type of thing, and you have a chance of getting something from the new stuff? Because that also would factor into.
That would suck.
Yeah, exactly. It's like if it's a guaranteed thing, you complete this challenge, you get this thing. Okay, yeah, I'm all for that. But if it's just a gamble and hey, here's a loot box and you might get the skin, it's all up to some algorithm that nobody knows, you know.
Oh, it's a loot box.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
one pack
for
for all.
I think it's. I'm assuming it's a loot box.
Yeah.
No, but like,
so the chances of you getting the whole set, though, you know what I mean. Again, just grinding that out and not being able to pay for it, that still kind of seems a little sketch.
I think we're talking about two separate things. Because that's what I think it is. Because like it's like the $100 and something was for the whole pack for this whole thing. And but they fixed all that. That's not. I'm not worried about like what the loot and stuff was. It was just basically the outcry that happened in Reddit that what happened with the specific developers itself. That's what I'm trying to get with, because like I said, I don't know specifically how their looting system, like how the loot is distributed itself, but I do know what happened was that the original the new version or this season was allowing you to get the whole season, like all the stuff for that season for a flat price that was astronomical. It was really ridiculously expensive that they fixed 2 days later. Because of that. So I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about the loot itself. I just felt like.
I was gonna say. I mean, when we've been having this conversation, I feel like basically the last couple of weeks, just with this whole cancel culture crap, and people are so like you didn't make one mistake, and people and they go crazy and bring out their pitchforks and whatnot. It's like, look, chill out. Like you're saying, they corrected it in 2 days, which is pretty damn quick. Because I have, let's look at the state of Anthem. You know what I mean? Like they just now did something about the loot months afterwards and whatnot. 2 days, that's pretty good. You got to be able to. I mean, again, it's not like these people are burning you, but you also have to think there are a lot of young people too that have access to the social media and this and that, and I feel like they are quick to just be like, go crazy, and then like everybody jumps on that shit, and it's like, hold on, let's look at it, logically. They corrected what the mistake was. Like, hey, thanks for addressing that and correcting that. We appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'm saying?
Like, they corrected it by just removing and to remove it, but but like overall, like I mean, I think that like hopefully soon there's going to be a big change of how loot crates will work, because I think that's the biggest issue is that it's loot crate and or it's a loot box, and it's just terrible. So like to say you're going to pay extra money for something that you get by chance, it's just like, okay. It's been heard, and I just feel like we'll be seeing something in the very near future that something's going to change towards that. Especially how things are going up with trying to what's it called, change EA calling them something like surprises or something, super surprises or whatever.
Surprise mechanics.
Yeah, surprise mechanics. Yeah, I don't know what they were. Like, it's just
holy shit.
It's so stupid. So I don't know.
That was just crazy. That's just crazy, man. EA is wild. I gotta say, EA is wild.
EA is like the person that casted the first stone.
We're trying.
Yeah, we're
literally trying our best to put like percentages on loot boxes, so we actually know what the rarity is. Like, so when you actually spend money on loot boxes, you know what you're getting. Like, just a 20% chance of getting or not. EA is just going ham for no reason. I don't know. No,
EA is just the one that's just like it's like the worst of them all. When it talks about like trying to get money to like extra money towards like full like games as a service, and then it's just like, oh god. Anyways, that's a discussion in itself, so we can deal with that. Yeah. All right, but anyway,
when you go to a stock meeting and they call their customers that spend more than $10,000 whales, you're having a problem.
Big time. Definitely.
Yeah, that's big time. Like every game producer that actually has like whales in their stocks, like in their stock portfolios, that they're just milking people for money.
Right. Okay, well, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. All right, well, that was a good topic. Smitty, you are in the hot seat. What you got?
All right, so this is actually a follow-up here to actually a topic that you talked about here in one of our earlier episodes. I know a while ago we had Riot Games. Remember that there there was talks about sexual harassment and stuff like that going on at the company. They were upset. They ended up staging like a walkout, or they went on strike that one day. I think it was something like that. However, a little bit of a follow-up here is that Riot Games now has settled on this case about the gender discrimination and sexual harassment class action lawsuit. I just wanted to dig into this a little bit. This is what, so a representative from the Riot walkout, they said settling this class action is a victory for women in games. She said in a statement today, we believe that the policy changes Riot agreed to make will continue the progress toward equality. Watch a wabbit. Toward equality that we've made over the last year. So I think this is huge, because this is a thing, and clearly this is something that's going on at that level and within companies like this. You know, I would not be surprised if Riot wasn't the only place that stuff like this is happening. So this is huge. This is absolutely a victory. You know what I mean, for women in gaming, being in working at a company and stuff like that, being able to I mean, this is the day and age that we live in right now. There's a lot more of an awareness of it, and the inequality, especially in the job market. It doesn't matter, games, other, normal, I know, TV, normal jobs that people are doing. There's definitely a uneven balance as far as with pay and things that people are saying around the workplace and whatnot, that at one point in time, and again, we're all older we're a little bit older ourselves. It's like that was just shit that you just laugh it off, or somebody did something inappropriate or said some crazy stuff in a professional environment or whatever, and people are it's like, but I ain't gonna say shit. That's not the times that we live in now, and you're seeing a lot of those all it is really I feel like an old school mentality really being challenged now, and where we are, which is fantastic. So seeing this, I definitely think it's a victory, and hopefully, this will garner a better environment, not only at Riot Games, but then just for that industry in itself. Again, I'm not in that industry, so I don't know. Other people could definitely speak more on that. But to me, this is fantastic, and it's nice to see it come to hopefully a good resolution for the party that was negatively affected by this.
Was this was there a disclosed amount, or did they say
they did not disclose the amount?
No, they disclosed the amount. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I imagine it was probably a good chunk of change.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, it was two. I believe it was like two people. Well, first off, yeah, they retconned it. They retconned their policies during the trial when all this was happening, and the two people that stepped up, they were stuck in that kind of weird limbo state. At the same time, ironically enough, was still working at Riot during all this time. So I'm just like, wow, this must be incredibly high pressured right now, for those folks. But
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
Oh, I'm sorry. Like I know that the pressure and stuff like that. There's so many things that now during the internet, like the KDA thing, where the person that designed KDA, the woman who designed KDA was fired right afterwards, before she was able to get compensation for doing the whole thing. So it's a lot of things that have been happening in Riot, and more women had come forward and started to talk about their stories about working at Riot and how they were treated. So it's kind of disgusting when you see it all.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that there are finally it was put out to light, because I know when I talked about this, it was like early at the podcast episodes, that I was like, wow, this is crazy that this was still happening. But I'm really glad that they've come to some sort of level of agreement. The real question is just that, like, what if Riot can explain exactly what they are doing to make it more welcoming towards people, not just women, but just in general. I mean, people. That's why we're kind of wanting to know. It's like, how do we know this is not what we're going to hear of again? Because from the most part, gaming, and I'm not a game designer myself, but I do know people in the gaming industry. It's a very lucrative, job to be a part of it, to be a part doing your part in the game. But like, for the most part, there's a lot more dudes than there are women. A lot more, and I can just only imagine how just the max how people will be feeling, people that would feel like when you hear all this stuff happening all the time, because we only heard this because of the two people that have only said something about it. But can you just imagine, like, from the overall outcome of how the max people that was actually a part of this, that was getting into a level of war, like a bidding war of this kind of stuff, that for the people that haven't said something. It's just that's the big part, is like, we don't know what's truly been exposed by all of this, and hopefully this will be the stepping stone of where they're going to begin, but they still have a long way to go, and especially specifically how Riot works, they have a long way to go. This is a great start, first step of it, but we'll see how it goes towards it. So yeah, were you gonna say something, Smitty? I'm almost.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, I agree. And again, kind of being an outsider looking in, I don't know exactly what it looks like for them, but making moves like this and challenging those processes and stuff like that is definitely feels like it's going in the right direction. As far as that industry, I'd like to see it in other places as well. I know that women's soccer, they were fighting for equal pay, and I think that ended up not. I can't remember how that played out, but I don't think they were able to get, or maybe it's still playing out.
Closer, I don't know, yeah.
But the last thing I remember seeing was not something like a positive about what they were talking about and what they were trying to achieve as far as with that. But I mean, again, the fact that we know that this is a thing and yet it faces still an uphill battle, I think that's kind of telling as well. You know what I mean? It's people that don't want to let go of these old values, these ways that we've come up on. Change is always going to be hard. It's going to be hard for everybody. But it's those that are sitting there clinging on to this old way instead of embracing the new and embracing better. You know what I mean? Like, that is my biggest thing about it, because it really shows. You know what I mean? It's like really, like, that's the hill you're gonna die on. Is that's like, it means that much to you? You know what I mean? Like, come on, it doesn't make sense. Like, get with the times, people. Get with the times. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
It's pretty much. Yeah, you're kind of wondering. It's like, really? It's like, okay, that's where you're gonna put your foot down. You're really? It's like, okay, okay, let's go with that.
We really just want to just keep women down. It's cool.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's so weird. It's so weird that and people feel like, I don't know if it's like do they feel threatened by it, or you know what I mean? It's like, it just is something that just doesn't make sense. I don't understand why you would why that's even a thing. It's like, let's sit down and have a conversation. There's so many things.
See, but I also feel that's a really easier said than done from this point of view, because, like, remember when you think about it, like 2 years ago with Harvey Weinstein, like that monstrumental moment is what made the pivot to go to where we're kind of going on more today, to kind of see, like, with this Me Too movement. It's like we don't have that. There's not a movement like that in gaming. There's not, or not yet, at least, or hopefully there isn't one, but still, there's nothing that's going to be to that point about exposing that kind of level, because like, look at it. I mean, it's hard to be a programmer in gaming already as it is. You don't know if you're going to be you're not necessarily a full-time person. You're basically freelancing most of your time, and you're at the same time you're like wondering, okay, I'm gonna put my head down, do my work, so make sure everything is straight, crunch times and stuff like that. It's like, it's very, very strenuous, and I can easily see it's easier said than done towards that. But like, I feel that when you see these small steps and small cracks, this can make it a little bit better, but I don't know if this is going to be something that we're going to see like, industry wide, that kind of level of thing. So if that's the case, then like, cause I mean, you could only imagine the kind of skeletons that are in EA's closet, or it's like, companies that are gigantic when it comes to that kind of thing. So like now when something like that happens, then that's going to be something when there's going to be some sort of level of change that is very well calling for it. So this
could be that first domino that falls, you know what I mean, that starts that because I mean, like you were saying with the Weinstein thing, that was kind of like one of those first dominoes that fell, that all of a sudden, you know what I mean, more people started speaking out, and all of a sudden they're talking about, oh, and this person does this, and then, you know what I mean, like, and what's crazy to me is like, how do you not, people don't just make up stuff like this, you know what I mean, like, I don't know how people are just like, well, I don't know. It's like, look, man, this person is not going to go and maybe there are some people like that, don't get me wrong, but for the most part, my instinct is to believe the person that's saying, look, man, this person did some inappropriate shit, you know what I mean. It's I don't know. I mean, this could be. We'll see how it plays out as far as just looking at the future, and if something like this does happen more.
Yeah, but even though Riot,
as far as people like coming out with it.
Yeah, but even though Riot Games is big, it's not big in the relative part of saying it's a big gaming studio. Because I mean, when you think about it, Riot Games is only known for one game, and that's League of Legends. You also got like, and then their upcoming game that they're making, it's going to be a fighter, and that's really about it. But like, I'm talking about like a stepping stone. A stepping stone number one that I'm saying is Ubisoft, or maybe like Activision, something big that's gonna be like, oh wow, Kotick is actually was in this whole thing about like saying that he didn't want to hire women or something like that, or some dude, or like the CEO of EA says doesn't trust blacks to be doing programming or anything like that. Something that big will totally get that thing to fall down. That's a domino. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that's the kind of that's the kind of level.
That would be the big one.
That's right.
But this could be that small one that inspires somebody to say, you know what, dude, I'm gonna come out. This person, you know what I mean? Like these kind of things start inspiring other people to, let me tell what my story is here. And it's only, dude, it is only, I don't think it's a matter of if. I think it's a matter of when.
Right. And I definitely, totally.
And I like, and but the thing with Riot is that Riot's problem stemmed from the actual culture of Riot was actually
toxic
creating.
Yeah.
So you don't even know, it was really toxic. Like, you're toxic in game, everybody's toxic in game, and everything's getting washed underneath. There's a reason why, because the culture inside the gaming studio was really toxic itself. So you don't you have EA, you have other studios, they probably weren't breeding that type of culture. So you're probably not going to see it. Mm-hmm. But you might see it from another studio too, like coming out, because it's not like, for me, like, it was a known fact that Riot did this, because I knew people who worked at Riot, and I knew people that came out from Riot, and it was like, yo, this is the weirdest shit ever. And that's what happened. Like these two women that were in the studio, and they're still in the studio, they're still working, they're still putting this class action lawsuit out there, so that more people can actually talk about it. Some people can't even sue because they weren't paid, so they don't have enough money to actually do anything, because you have to remember, they spent long hours doing these things, and if they're not compensated, then they're going through bankruptcy and everything else. So they have to cover themselves before they can actually sue a studio like Riot.
Riot,
it's a lot.
Riot is no surprise on toxic community towards the developers. So that I'm not surprised with it, but I'm just glad that they at least one aspect faucet that they're correcting is definitely the harassment levels, because that's also that just brings on a level of stress that I would not wish on anyone upon, just in general. I mean, because like you're already on a high level of different kinds of alerts, especially Riot kind of, I don't know the level of production, but Riot's been on this interesting cushion of just keeping the upkeep with a game that they've been playing, that they've made like 8 to 10 years now. It's surprising to say 8 to 10 years. Wow. Okay. So the from the most part, it's just what's it called? For the most part, when they were doing that, it's like now you're doing game development with this new upcoming game, and it's going to be like, that's the real question is like, how is this going to perceive when the new upcoming game is going to be produced? It's like, hopefully it's going to be a clean environment, and hopefully it's going to be a straight one. So we'll see.
Yeah, real quick, I just wanted to refer back to that article. So it says, so this is like the big. So an explosive investigation by Kotaku uncovered widespread discrimination and harassment at Riot Games. Following the report, a class action lawsuit was filed against the developer, accusing it of gender-based discrimination and violating the California Equal Pay Act. In quotes, while this settlement helps bring peace of mind to women at Riot, we want to acknowledge that issues of discrimination and harassment go beyond gender and acknowledge the victims who aren't covered in the suit. So, I think that's, I mean, that right there is saying, look, even though there's, they won that, there's a lot more of that stuff happening beyond just gender. Right. Riot Games. Yeah.
That to be continued.
That's not a healthy environment to work in.
Yeah, like I said. Yep, like I said, to be continued. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully,
it hasn't been for
a long time. That was good. That was a good topic. I like that one, Smitty. So, anyways, we'll just cut it off a little early here. Thank you for listening to episode number 18 on CFG Games. CFG Gamecast. I'm sorry, not to give me all credit here, but we'll definitely be back in again next Sunday on my channel, CFG Games. During that meantime, with that whole week, you can check out Smitty's awesome stuff. Actually, Smitty's going to be streaming right after this. So, what are you going to be streaming, Smitty?
I haven't figured that out yet. Either finishing Gears of War, could run Act 5, or maybe do a little No Man's Sky or something chill. I just want to chill out.
Sounds good. And Naughty Nimbus Z, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for being our guest. What are you normally what are your streaming? How's your streaming going to go this week?
Okay, so Monday I do Jackbox at Wicked Willie's. Mm-hmm. So I actually have we're at a bar. We're streaming Jackbox. And Wednesday I am going to be streaming Doom and karaoke at the same time. So
oh my gosh.
Definitely come through and see that. Everybody's like, it's lit. It is crazy because you'll hear like somebody singing Amy Winehouse while we're fighting off demons at the same time. It's hilarious.
That's awesome. That just sounds awesome. Oh my gosh. I'm definitely going to tune in for that one. That's awesome.
So Wednesday night, 7:00, Eastern Standard Time is when I stream that. And for Wicked Willie's, for Jackbox, it's Monday, and probably around 7:30 is when I'm going to start for that one, Eastern Standard Time.
All right, great. And you can always check out the group at CFG Games. We're going to be playing some more Monster Hunter tomorrow, just for the last time of the before the trip. And so definitely check us out, CFG Games. Huh? Yeah, PS4. Yeah, on PS4. Yeah.
Add me.
Okay.
I am Hunter level 62. I need to get more people because I want to go master rank before the new patch.
Oh yeah, no problem at all.
So much further to me.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yes. 15.
You have to get to be. You have to be 50, man. It's like at least the minimum I think was 50. So the So I'm trying to catch up. I'm only 51, so I have a little way to go too. So definitely.
Yeah.
Just go on CFG Games, and we put our friend code up every time we play, and so it's not just me. So if you don't come with us, we'll have all the other people that do join us and watch us can play together. So we're trying to make a community up on it. So that's really awesome. So, and if you don't,
okay, so I'm another person that comes too.
Oh yeah, so that's great.
We'll definitely come to yes.
The more the merrier.
He's level 107. Yeah.
Oh geez, that's pretty good. We have one guy that's level 999. Yeah, there's one dude that came out last week. It was 999, and I was like, holy crap! It's like had like over like 5,000 hours in this game. It's like I can't do this, so we'll go with that. But definitely check us out on confreaksandgeeks.com for more information, and you can check out some reviews and other stuff out there too on confreaksandgeeks.com. But This is Davis signing off with Smitty and Naughty Nimbus Z. Y'all have a great day.